You must be saying to yourself, I wonder what are the difference between all the different advanced practice nursing professions in regards to salary? Because we all want to think about salaries and know how much we're going to get paid if we're going to go back for all these different schooling. So in this video, we're going to talk all about it. I'm going to give you all the information as well as a bonus tip at the end. So keep watching. My name is Christine and welcome to a new video. If this is your first time here and you want to become a CRNA or grow your CRNA career, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss any content or information. So you must be saying to yourself, I want to know a little bit about salary. I'm here on YouTube looking at the information and trying to find someone who can give me that data, that information. And I'm here to disclose all of it for you today. Thank you for being here because I love talking about this stuff. And salary, we all want to know the numbers, right? Because you want to know, am I going to get paid good? Is it going to be different? So let's just talk about that right now. When you're looking at the data for an advanced practice nurse, when you're thinking about a nurse anesthetist, a nurse midwife, as well as a nurse practitioner, being an advanced practice nurse and just looking at all of that information, that in general, you're going to be making a very good salary. Data has shown a median annual salary can be close to $113,000 a year being an advanced practice nurse in those specific professions that I discussed before. So it's definitely nice to know that information, but you want to know the specific data, specific information about each specific category of advanced practice nursing today, right? So let's get into that as well. So just to go over a little highlight about advanced practice nursing. So an advanced practice nurse has either a master's degree or a doctoral degree in nursing. So you may be thinking, I'm a registered nurse and I'm considering going to advanced practice nursing. Well, you're going to have to go back to school and get a master's or doctoral degree in a specific area in advanced practice nursing. If you are not in nursing yet and you're considering going back to school to be a nurse, you're first going to have to become a registered nurse, either associates or bachelors. Then you have to go back to school if you're an associate's degree of registered nursing. You got to get your bachelor's degree. Some degrees in advanced practice nursing, you do not need to go back and get clinical experience as a registered nurse. There are some programs where you can get accepted into a program right out of becoming a registered nurse. So you can go become a registered nurse, go back to school, become a registered nurse, get your bachelor's degree, get accepted into an advanced practice nursing degree, and either work part-time and go into and continue getting your degree, or just go full-time into advanced practice nursing program. So those are definitely some options, but there are differences depending on what area advanced practice nursing you're looking into. If you're looking into a certified nurse midwife, or you're looking at nurse practitioners, some programs, they say that you do not need much time. Right after you graduate your bachelor's, you can go right into a program to become an advanced practice nurse in specific areas. However, when you're looking into certified nurse anesthetist, you're looking at becoming a nurse anesthetist in anesthesia. Now, a lot of the programs do require a year to 2 years minimum of clinical experience in the ICU to become accepted into a program and become a CRNA. So there's differences definitely in advanced practice nursing on what type of clinical experience you need and require. To give you a little information about me, when I was looking into becoming an advanced practice nurse, I was an ICU nurse. I graduated with my bachelor's in nursing, and then I right away went into the ICU because I was a part of a nurse residency program, which was amazing, in a teaching hospital called NYU Langone Medical Center in New York City. And with NYU Langone Medical Center, since it's a teaching institution, for their requirement, they said that if you work at NYU for a minimum of 6 months, they will pay for you to go to NYU College of Nursing to get your advanced practice degree, which was awesome. So I worked in the ICU, got my experience. 6 months later, I went right into advanced practice nursing program at NYU. At that time, I was going back for acute care nurse practitioner degree. I knew to myself that I wanted to be in a hospital setting. That's the environment I wanted to stick to. While, of course, with advanced practice nursing, there's so many different areas you can go into. You could become a family nurse practitioner, a pediatric nurse practitioner, a neonatal nurse practitioner. You can do clinical nurse specialist. There's so many different, a variety of degrees that you can go into. You can become an educator, which is amazing, and kind of in the sense that I'm an educator, but I'm an educator on YouTube. But I didn't have to go to school for that. But just in general, like there's many different degrees you can go into, which was amazing. So now, of course, when I was going for my acute care nurse practitioner, I changed my mind, of course, and I decided, you know what, I want to become a nurse anesthetist. I shadowed, I loved it. I was like, this speaks more for me as an individual, because everyone's different. Everyone has different goals and aspirations. And then I had my clinical experience already, since I was already working at NYU and I was already taking classes to become an advanced practice nurse. So some of my credits did transfer over, which is great, into CRNA program that I got accepted into, which was nice because it helped with the load in the first year, more specifically the first semester of CRNA school, because it is a rigorous program. You're going to definitely be challenged to another level. So it was nice to have at least 1 or 2 classes that I didn't have to take over. As well as there was one class I had to take over, which was research, because research is always constantly changing. So I had to take that class over, but I already had a heads up because I already had experience doing research, because I did a substance abuse research program when I was working at NYU Langone, as well as I took research as an advanced practice nursing degree when I was doing the acute care nurse practitioner route. So, which was nice. So I didn't feel like I didn't have, I was just a straight clinical experience, had straight clinical experience. I also had some information, some background being in school. So that definitely helped me. So then I went into CRNA school, and then I got and then I graduated, and now I'm a CRNA and I am loving it. I love being a CRNA, and I definitely have videos all about that. So definitely click link above. So thinking about that, those are some things you should think about, because yes, you may be getting a good salary, but you got to think about, can you go right away? To become an advanced practice nurse when you finish your bachelor's, there are opportunities for that. But certain degrees, like I said, CRNAs, you have to have some clinical experience. So now you're saying, okay, Thrive CRNA, I want to hear the data. I want to hear the salary, the differences between all of them. Here we go. Let's get into it. When you think about it now, looking into the salary, becoming a nurse midwife, just looking at the data in general, I'm giving you approximations. I used the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So that was the data that I used, stemming from 2018, 19, going on to 2020. So looking at the data. And for a nurse midwife, the approximate annual median salary is $103,000 a year. Okay? Great salary. While looking at nurse practitioner, a median annual salary is $107,000. Now, when you get into my profession, being a certified nurse anesthetist, a median annual salary, now this is more up to date, is about $167,000 a year for becoming a certified nurse anesthetist. When you're looking at the data in general, with looking at these different advanced practice nursing degrees, when you're more in the educational route, you may not get as a higher salary. You may be getting more of the lower end of $100,000 a year. However, being an educator is amazing. It's not about the money. It's about really giving back to your profession. You know, you want to educate. You want to instill the knowledge base to become an advanced practice nurse or a registered nurse. So I think it's phenomenal that we have professors out there that are working hard and educating us. But you got to think about it too. In the educational route, it does say $100,000 a year, approximately, plus or minus. But you got to think about this too. There are some educators who are also working, part-time, or they're doing per diem, and they're working extra hours, and they may not have to work as many hours, and they're getting paid well over $100,000, $120,000, $130,000 a year. It could be even more. So that's just the base of just being an educator, maybe being a professor. But of course, you got to think about some of the professors are working other jobs, so they actually are getting a higher salary. While when you look at advanced practice nursing in a top tier, that would be in the hospital setting. A lot of the studies have shown that in the hospital setting, they're making a lot more money. So just looking at advanced practice nursing in general, on the lower tier as an advanced practice nurse, depending on the state, the region, you could be making as low as $86,000 a year. While on a top tier, you could be making as high as $182,000 a year. But that doesn't take into consideration years of experience. If you're 1099 versus a W-2 employee. It doesn't take into consideration the states. It means it's just a general looking at all data throughout the country. Because remember, certain states you're going to get a higher salary versus in certain states you're going to get a lower salary. So that's something you also got to take into consideration when you're looking at a job versus a metropolitan area versus a rural area. So there's definitely differences in that. But in general, as an advanced practice nurse, looking at a median annual salary as a whole, you're definitely going to be making well over $100,000 a year. Now you're saying to yourself, all right, let's compare this to being a registered nurse. Being a registered nurse, you have a great salary in general. Looking at the annual median salary, you're going to be getting paid $75,000 plus $1,000 a year. While there are, looking at the information, you can get the lower 10% can be making $50,000. The higher 90% median annual salary, you're making well over $100,000 a year. So definitely take that in consideration when you're comparing yourself with what you want to do. Because as a registered nurse, you can work a lot of hours and make just as much as an advanced practice nurse. But you got to think about this too. Being an advanced practice nurse is amazing. You get a lot of autonomy. The working hours are different. I mean, everything is just so different when it comes to becoming an advanced practice nurse. I just love it. And yes, salary is important, but you got to look at the whole picture. Because it is, like, becoming a certified nurse anesthetist is totally different than registered nursing and ICU nursing to me. I mean, I feel when I was an ICU nurse, I got that critical care knowledge base, experience. I definitely saw a wide range of patient populations, but being a certified nurse anesthetist is definitely different. The program's different, so it's definitely a different expectation when you are becoming an advanced practice nurse. So I hope this information was detailed enough, but not too detailed, but it was just right, just for you, okay? So thank you for watching. And if you want to learn more about CRNAs and how to grow your CRNA career, definitely click one of these videos over here, and I'll see you in the next video.